And that's what we're not doing on this board.
How you doing?
Well, I'd like to maybe just either take a substitute motion or maybe change your motion to defer this till next month's or November meeting. So we'd have time to kind of look at these and study them and see and maybe amend some. There may be some on here we don't want and some on here that we feel like we might need from other meetings that we've been in to get this immediately and look at it. I wouldn't want to make a decision today on these. I think that having some time to think about this, we've gone for years and years without these 9 rules. Let's really give it a little thought, look at it and see and bring it back. So I'd ask you, maybe you would amend that to defer it to the next, to the November meeting.
I'd like to defer my motion and amend it to defer to the next meeting.
Who seconded it? No.
It was seconded by Lamar.
You take your second back.
Yeah.
Okay. You have it amended. You want to table this to the next meeting?
Right.
Defer.
Defer.
Well, the motion goes away, right?
Well, I'd
We're saying
rather,
motion
let's
on the next
table it, that way there's no more discussion on it. If you table it, then you can't discuss
That's
it.
right. That's
He's
correct.
already asked.
Under Robert's rules.
That's right. You're
That's
exactly right.
correct.
Right, I want to table it.
If it's being tabled, are you going to take your question back?
Well, I'll ask to be one.
We won't be able to
I
discuss
will
it.
ask to be recognized on a point of personal privilege. Then that has to do with just the process. I mean, apparently,
Robert?
well,
Robert?
apparent.
1 minute, please.
Yes.
I
So we're gonna
want to table it to the next meeting.
So if it's tabled, we can't do point.
No more discussion.
No more discussion.
No more discussion.
You're tabling it.
Yes.
In a second.
Yeah, I can vote.
And you second it.
Now
Is there second?
discussion. Oh, no
I know
discussion.
No
discussion
discussion
on
on
the
the
table. All in favor? Opposed? Ayes have
Then
it. We can't discuss.
I'm
it.
asking to be recognized on a point of personal privilege, and that is, can I
Wait a
assume?
minute, I'll let you know, Robert, if I
Complain as
will.
to procedure or otherwise,
Only what?
as to complain about the procedure.
That's exactly what I want to
Complain
address.
about a procedure?
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently, this comes as news to me, apparently Hal didn't have an advance copy of this. I just assumed people did.
No.
So, so nobody? Nobody had this?
Everyone was here by 11:30. It was
Yeah,
sitting in
I read it and I
everyone's
agree
file.
with it.
Well,
Okay,
I think when you have something of this magnitude, what's wrong with giving the board members 3, 4, 5 days advance? I know Mr. Board Member Phillips has brought this up numerous times, and yet we still get hit with, okay, we're going to come in here 10 minutes before, bam, here it is. And I just don't think that's right.
Okay.
Now, I notice Mr. McMillin nodding his head in the affirmative, and I appreciate that.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
just
So
a
it's been
small,
tabled.
if that's been tabled, but just a small response. I think all through this meeting, I've asked for more communication. I think these type of things will be emailed out to us.
Yes.
Like the other stuff would be good for all of us. So, better communication, something we're definitely gonna work on behalf of this
Yeah.
board. I'll work with this.
yeah,
Thank you, Mr.
and
Chairman.
part of why we do this way is to post it so everybody's aware of it. It's posted according to open meetings law. And then what we do is we provide it with the understanding that it can be tabled. or
Certainly,
otherwise.
and that's what we did.
To get a little discussion, to see where people are going, so that we need to amend it, that we can.
If there wasn't any
properly amend it
heartburn, we
next-
could have moved with it, but with a little bit of heartburn, we table it and we'll move forward later.
Okay, number 6. Mr. Phillips' request. Mr. Barnes, travel records, table from last meeting.
Yeah, that was just simply, and let me just do this, because I mean,
Do you want to make a motion and explain it?
well, on the point of purpose, I could, but I would ask that we just table this to the next meeting to get to the last item. And I think that's the best thing to do.
Do you want to leave it on the
Yes, I
agenda
do.
for next meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
That's up to the board.
I think it's the right thing to do. I mean, it's logical. We've been here, and it's getting heated up, ain't no sense of dealing with this. Let's cool off and come back
So you made that in a motion?
Table?
to take.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, number 7, Mr. Sims' request, board to videotape meetings. Mr. Sims?
Motion, I put in a motion that the board doesn't already have it, purchase digital video equipment with enough adequate cameras to cover the board table and the audience. And all meetings, special meetings or whatever be taped.
Do you have a second?
But get through, I want it taped digital to a computer disc and DVDs or whatever they call it, not tapes.
Go ahead. Do you have a second?
I'd second it. But I'd do want some
Discussion?
Discussion, if I
Go ahead,
could.
Hal.
I don't want to see us do it immediately without getting some quotes on what this would take and to see if this was financially feasible for us to do and is this, and actually the reason I seconded, so we can have some discussion to see if this board feels that this is something we truly need. How would it help us? How would it make us a better board? How would it help our communication? These things. I can tell you, I sit in board meetings that are constantly videotaped, and I do on occasion go back and watch it. Most time I don't. I'm here live and I see what's going on and I keep that, but really, this may be something that I really don't feel like that we need a whole lot of, but if I can be sold on it, that this board has a consensus that we need this, then I would maybe move forward with it, but I'd like to really truly hear some discussion on that. Thank you, Madam
I just have
Chairman.
one discussion.
You
He was
mean
first.
first? Okay. I'm on 4 boards and none of them are videotaped, and I really just don't see a reason for it. Like I said, I'm here in person, so I see them. So, and I think financially, it's just another one of those deals that we don't need to do right now.
Freddie, you have a
And I think maybe it may be, it may not be, but I can say this, it may be other alternatives that we can use because LPB and public television do come out and just like the council meetings and other meetings like that, that we can use it as the educational side. And it may tone down the overall mannerism of the board as well. You know, like I'm saying, I don't want to come here every board meeting and arguing, but if I get the information that I need and I can make rational decisions, I won't be oppositional all the time. But, you know, again, I respect everybody's opinion here and I expect the same thing to be of mine. But if we can do something like that, that can really just tone down some of this, you know, because I mean,
videotaping, so you're for the videotaping?
well, I'm saying in option 2, not so much as paying, but as a public service to the public so that they can see what goes on in the governing body of Louisiana Auctioneers License Board, just like they do council meeting, legislators and things like that. Look into that for educational, beneficial purposes as what, you know, what we're doing, not for anything other than to make the public aware, and then those who are in the interest in the auction industry may be able to do something as well.
Anybody else have a comment?
You want to table?
Right.
I'd ask for a roll call vote.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
on
it
what?
just back in discussion and kind of hearing things, really, to vote on something like this without knowing what we needed and the price, I would vote no against it now. If y'all want to gather some information, if anybody, I mean, Mr. Sims put it on the agenda, if you feel like it needs merit to do it, then maybe we could get that information and make a more overall valued opinion on that. But
Have you checked out prices or anything?
No, I think, well, let's just, I make a motion to table it for next month and we'll have some information. Meanwhile, I'll talk to the other board members and get an idea about what they want.
Have a second?
and is the administrator
Well, he'll
gonna,
have to second.
is the administrator gonna get that information on videotaping, or who would get
Well,
it?
I think we should all go out and just get, you know,
I'll-
some
If it's tabled,
information
we're
right
gonna
back.
stop discussion, so you
I-
tabled.
I'll
Second.
second table it, that's good.
All in favor? Opposed?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
litigation.
whoa, 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 we
Oh,
got
what?
some
Next.
stuff on
That's
the
not
next
on there.
agenda.
Jesus, this is
We
an
got-
awkward
Next
meeting
meeting
we've
day.
ever
Don't
had.
do that.
Oh, we don't do that?
We got some stuff we want on the agenda. for
Okay.
next meeting.
Oh,
The
we
next
went to
meeting
executive
date is
session.
November 15th, everybody's aware of that.
What do you want on that agenda, Hal? November 16th.
15th.
15th.
I think I had added a couple things during the meeting, hopefully you got those in there, if you
I'll
wouldn't
get
mind.
them. I've got a couple of, I do have 2 things in addition to the items from today's meeting that were tabled for the
What were
next
those
meeting.
items?
The one is the preliminary approval in office of applications between board meetings. The second one is to review the testing procedure.
Right now.
And
And then the other things were just to communicate, to get us the information on email prior to the meeting.
Do you want that on the next agenda, or that's just?
I don't think we have to have it on the agenda.
Yeah,
I think
I've
it's
got
just
that one.
a consensus to get it to us.
Yeah.
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 And any correspondence, it's certified correspondence? Of that nature, serve, public serve nature, all board members need to have that policy.
Correct.
Wait, guys, we need a motion to adjourn.
Well,
I have one from the
yeah,
right.
Greg.
Second.
made-
Yeah. And leave
And
it
then
on.
I'll.
Y'all gotta
I'm not
go to
leaving,
God.
I'm coming back.
All right, motion to adjourn has been made and seconded, all in favor.
Ah.
We're back